We, in the Commission, attribute a great relevance to EUCAD. Why this? Because it's the biggest event that is organized in Europe in close collaboration with the CCAM partnership now to present where we are in Europe in terms of transition towards automated mobility. Automated mobility is now a top priority for the Commission in terms of automated mobility being one of the big pillars that is part of the overall automotive ecosystem, of the overall automotive sector. And therefore, one of the big priorities for the Commission today is to support the healthiness of the overall automotive sector in the EU. And we can only do this also by supporting this transition towards automation, amongst others that need to be done. So this is the place where we bring together all those that are working on a day-to-day basis on CCAM, and we allow them to get in contact with decision makers and with policy makers. Therefore, this gives the possibility to capture all the needs, all the requirements and that are needed to develop a common vision for where we want to go and to orient future research that needs to be done in this domain, building on the very positive outcomes that we can see here today displayed of previous and current research activities that are ongoing. This edition of EUCAD was particularly important from the perspective of the Commission. First of all, because it's really the first time that we combine a conference with an exhibition and with the possibility to test ride a number of vehicles that are stemming from research activities that are being conducted. And this allows participants to the event not only to listen to what is being done, but to touch with hand the progress that has been made in the frame of the different research projects. So I think it is the first time in Europe, but possibly even going beyond Europe, that it is possible in one place to test this many vehicles that are here today, that are coming from different entities, different organizations, and different research projects. Another thing that is extremely relevant here is that amongst the research projects that are the test vehicles that are here and also in the frame of the exhibition that we have, it's not only European projects that we are funding under the umbrella of the CCAM partnership. It is also national projects, national initiatives. And this might seem a contradiction, but in reality it's an added value, because what we are trying to achieve at European level is also to have full complementarity and synergies with activities that are conducted at national level. And the fact that we have here entities that have paid money to bring their vehicles to Ispra here in Italy from the other side of Europe demonstrates this interest to bring everything together, national and European. Another something that I think is a key feature of this year's event is that even if it is a European event, it is an international event. Many of the participants here that are taking part in the different panels that are organized come from other parts of the world. We've got attendees from the US, from Japan, from South Korea, and this demonstrates how the effort in this transition towards automation cannot be done in a single region. Each region needs to be fully taking into account developments that are happening in the other part of the world, because in the end no one can afford a fragmented approach to CCAM in the global playing field. We need to ensure coherence between CCAM development and regulation development within the EU, there needs to be a good level of coherence between what is developed in Europe but also in other parts of the world. And the attractiveness of the EUCAD event for people from other regions outside of Europe demonstrates that EUCAD is relevant in the global playing field. This is another important feature of EUCAD, but more in general of our overall approach at European level towards the development of automated mobility. This is not an effort that can be done exclusively by researchers through research. This requires bringing everyone at the same table. And EUCAD can be seen as a big table where industry sits together with public authorities, sits together with researchers, sits together with road operators, sits together with international partners in order to aggregate the effort in a pre-competitive environment and to be able to openly talk about building the foundations for the transition towards automation. The transition towards automation needs to be driven by societal needs, by competitiveness requirements, by budgetary constraints that the public authorities might have. And all these requirements and constraints in the end constitute what is the end need, to which industry needs to respond, or industry will respond when it clearly sees a business case for them to start producing a new generation or a new typology of vehicles. And this can only be done by speaking all together in order to clearly demonstrate what is the vision and to agree on the steps that need to be taken to get there. And this again, the fact that EUCAD is populated by such a diversified audience demonstrate how there is a common understanding, a common sense of ownership of this entire process. And this is actually the strength of what we have been able as Commission to put in place at European level in close collaboration with all these different actors. And this is the strength of what the CCAM public-private partnership is. It's this capacity to aggregate all the relevant players and take ownership of a transition towards an objective that is commonly agreed. And this is something that is actually unique to the EU.